Anyone who has doubted me over the past decade about this evil woman now needs to eat some humble pie.
The reason why these pictures are so problematic for Meghan Markle is because these pictures place her with Jeffrey Epstein.
Meghan is at the bottom of the barrel.
In fact, I've seen the tapes. I've got them somewhere. God knows where now. I've got them on some.
So you've seen Nudie Rudy Meghan too?
I've seen more than one thing.
She's a con artist.
It was really important to me. I remember where I come from.
It's going to be explosive.
I tried so hard.
Let me take you through what Tom Bower has revealed. He's told the Daily Mirror, I've got a lot of new material already, and I think the whole world wants new insights. It's an amazing story.
3 words just detonated in the middle of the royal internet. Asterisk, asterisk, Tom Bower. Bombshell. And if what's being whispered behind the velvet curtains of the royal media world is even half true, then the carefully polished story of Meghan Markle might be heading for the kind of scandal Hollywood scriptwriters wish they could invent. Because suddenly, a question that spent years hiding in the dark corners of the internet is being dragged into the spotlight. Not by trolls, not by random bloggers, but by one of Britain's most relentless investigative authors, Tom Bower. And the question? What exactly was Meghan Markle doing before she ever met Prince Harry? No, seriously. How did a relatively unknown TV actress suddenly appear inside the most elite social circles on the planet? Why do photos from luxury Mediterranean yacht trips keep resurfacing? And why are certain powerful names, including figures connected to the infamous network surrounding Jeffrey Epstein, quietly appearing in the background of this story? Coincidence? Maybe. But when yacht photos start trending again, when journalists begin asking questions the mainstream press once refused to touch, and when a book from Tom Bower starts shaking the royal narrative, you have to ask yourself something uncomfortable. Is this just another internet rumor? Or is the story of Meghan Markle far more complicated than anyone was ever supposed to notice? Because tonight, we're diving into the allegations, the connections, the photos, the silence, and the growing controversy that refuses to go away. And trust me, the deeper this rabbit hole goes, the stranger the story becomes. But to understand why this story suddenly exploded again, you have to go back to the beginning. Not the royal wedding. Not the Oprah interview. Not even the moment Prince Harry announced to the world that he had fallen in love with an American actress named Meghan Markle. No. You have to go back to a time when Meghan Markle was not a duchess, not a global celebrity, not the most polarizing figure in modern royal history. She was simply another ambitious actress navigating Hollywood's social maze. And according to the explosive claims now circulating around investigative author Tom Bower, that maze may have been far more complicated than the public ever realized. Because Bower has spent years digging through Meghan's pre-royal life, interviewing former friends, colleagues, industry insiders, and people who knew her long before Buckingham Palace ever entered the picture. And what he describes isn't the fairy tale narrative the public was originally sold. It's something far messier. According to multiple sources cited in Bower's investigations, Meghan wasn't just attending ordinary Hollywood gatherings during her *suits* years. She was moving in extremely exclusive social circles, the kind that most struggling actors can only dream of entering. Luxury parties, private members' clubs, billionaire networking events. And one particular place keeps appearing again and again in this story. The ultra-exclusive club known as Soho House. Now, if you've never heard of Soho House, imagine a global playground where celebrities, tech billionaires, movie producers, and political power players mingle behind closed doors. Membership isn't cheap. Access isn't easy. And once you're inside, connections are everything. One of the most influential figures inside that network was a man named Marcus Anderson. Anderson wasn't just another employee. He was the club's global membership director, a gatekeeper to some of the most elite rooms in the entertainment and business worlds. And here's where the story starts getting interesting. Because according to multiple royal correspondence and investigative reports, Anderson became one of Meghan Markle's closest allies during her time filming *suits* in Toronto. They were frequently photographed together. They traveled together. And insiders claim he helped introduce her to some extremely powerful social networks, including the very circles that would eventually connect her to Prince Harry. Now, on the surface, that sounds like a normal networking story. Hollywood runs on connections, but critics argue the speed of Meghan's rise through these elite circles raised eyebrows long before she ever became a royal. Former acquaintances quoted in investigative reports have described her as fiercely ambitious, highly strategic, and intensely focused on climbing the social ladder. One former childhood friend even told Tom Bauer that Meghan had talked about marrying someone famous long before it ever happened. Whether that claim is true or not is still debated. But what's not debated is how quickly Meghan's life changed after entering those elite networks. Suddenly the travel photos began appearing. Exotic locations, luxury vacations, high-profile parties, and behind the glamorous Instagram posts, questions started quietly circulating among certain observers. How exactly was a relatively unknown television actress accessing this level of luxury lifestyle? Who was inviting her into these circles? And what exactly was happening at some of these ultra-private gatherings? At the time, those questions stayed mostly in the shadows, because Meghan Markle was still just a supporting actress on a cable drama. Nobody expected that within a few years, she would become one of the most scrutinized women on the planet. But when she met Prince Harry in 2016, the spotlight intensified overnight. Every detail of her past suddenly became a subject of global curiosity. Old photographs resurfaced. Former acquaintances began talking. And journalists started digging into connections that previously seemed irrelevant. Some of those connections led back to wealthy businessmen. Others led to powerful media executives. And a few, controversially, overlapped with social circles that investigators had already been examining in relation to the disgraced financier Jeffrey Epstein. Now, to be clear, no verified evidence has ever shown that Meghan Markle had any direct relationship with Epstein himself. But the overlap of elite social networks was enough to spark intense speculation online. And once those theories began circulating, they refused to disappear. For years, the mainstream media mostly ignored the topic. Rumors lived on obscure forums, conspiracy channels, and gossip blogs. Until recently. Because now, with Tom Bauer once again speaking publicly about Meghan's past connections, those old questions are suddenly being asked again. And this time, people are paying attention. But here's where the story starts taking a turn that even seasoned royal watchers didn't see coming. Because the deeper investigators looked into those elite social circles surrounding Meghan Markle, the more unusual patterns began to appear. And one photograph, just a single image floating around the internet, suddenly became the center of a massive online storm. A yacht, Mediterranean sunlight. A group of glamorous women posing casually on the deck like it was just another luxury vacation. And among them, observers quickly pointed out someone who looked very familiar. Meghan Markle. The image spread like wildfire across social media. Within hours, thousands of users were dissecting every detail of the picture. Where was it taken? Who organized the trip? And most importantly, who else was on that boat? Because in the world of celebrity gossip and elite networking, yachts aren't just floating vacation homes. They are often the ultimate VIP playground. Private parties where billionaires, celebrities, and powerful insiders mingle far away from cameras. And suddenly the internet began asking a question that had quietly circulated for years. Was this just another luxury getaway? Or something more mysterious? Investigators quickly traced the image back to a Mediterranean trip believed to have taken place around the same time period when Meghan was still building her career on the TV show *Suits Star. According to online sleuths, several of the women on that yacht were already connected to high-end fashion circles and influencer networks. But the speculation didn't stop there. Because as the photo continued spreading, some people claimed another controversial name might be connected to that same social environment. The network surrounding the disgraced financier Jeffrey Epstein. Now, before anyone jumps to conclusions, fact-checkers quickly stepped in to clarify something important. There is no verified evidence showing that Meghan Markle ever had a direct relationship with Epstein. None. But what investigators did discover was something that made the story even more intriguing. Several wealthy businessmen connected to elite hospitality and entertainment networks, including individuals linked to private members' clubs like Soho House, had also appeared in documents or social circles tied to Epstein's world. Not as criminal defendants, but close enough to make researchers start mapping connections. And suddenly the internet began drawing its own conclusions. Were these just overlapping billionaire social circles? Or was there a deeper network of elite gatherings that few outsiders ever truly understood? Meanwhile, journalists digging into Meghan's pre-royal years kept discovering more glimpses of that glamorous lifestyle. Photos from luxury destinations, high-end parties, fashion industry events, private gatherings where powerful names quietly appeared on guest lists.